issue like no issue since the Civil Rights Movement.
The size of the crowd for this, with the size of the crowd for
it's the fair thing to do, it's the right thing to do.
the typical Tea Party here.
Please take the time.
It is an astonishing difference.
You don't have to give up. You don't have to give up 20 or 30% in income taxes. You don't have to give up 7.5% in Medicaid and Social Security. You keep every
Together does not break them apart. We must not shut the doors or pathways to time.
There's 20 of us.
Well, here comes a couple good guys want to be spokesmen. What do you got to say for us today, guys?
Well, I came down here.
Why don't you tell us your name and town, if you wish to opine.
Robert Wagner, Columbus, Ohio. I'm with the Conservative Cavalry. I came down because I keep hearing about how racist these Tea Parties are. So I got my camera. I wanted to come down and find out, was there any truth there? And as you can see, we have groups that are totally diametrically opposed. There's nothing racist. There's nothing angry. There's no violence. We have a group of people exercising their First Amendment rights. And that's what this is all about. So I think this peaceful nature on which these people behave, I think says it all. And show me any racism anywhere.
I saw some earlier.
You did?
I did indeed.
Where?
We were standing right down there and a red car pulls up right behind a bus. And as he went past us, he yelled, "Nazis! Nazis!" Nazis!
Yeah. I don't know if that counts as racism. That's a political party.
When we thought, wow, that's really intelligent.
Yeah.
Because you say that in front of these people.
Yeah.
If you really believe that there are Nazis, and then you get caught in a traffic jam, I didn't see any violence.
Yeah.
Nobody pulled him out of the car and killed him or beat him up like they did out in Los Angeles.
No, and I have a feeling. You know, if you take a look at the history of the Nazis, I'm not sure what type of immigration reform that they'd be implementing, but these people are simply saying enforce the law, enforce the U.S. Constitution, and have a pro-America immigration policy. We don't want this immigration to be used as a political tool. We don't want it to be used so that one party can gain an advantage over the other. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah,
it's like
future Democratic voters, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's just simply use immigration as a way to solidify power. But in order to do that, they're willing to undermine the country as a whole. Because you can't explain to me how the Democratic base, the poor workers of the country, are going to benefit from a slew of low-skilled workers flooding this country. You're going to be killing your own base, but they don't seem to care. It's all about power. Yep. And the bottom line is it comes down to it's one simple statement. I mean, you cannot have open borders in a welfare state. They're incompatible. And yet they seem that they know that, and yet they're going to, it doesn't seem to matter to them. The fact is the country is expendable as long as they keep their power. That's important.
You stay here like that. So we're going to go down there and say hi to them. Okay.
My kids. Howdy. How are ya? Good. How are you? You too. Drove by. I was trying to find a park and I thought, I saw that shirt somewhere. All right. Hey, how are you?
Who could be here legally, who couldn't be here legally, who knows? And they're just gonna mess them now.
I have a question.
Pull them over, harass them or whatever.
I have a question. If the police stop somebody for a speeding, if you're speeding, and the police stop you.
And they ask you for your papers, absolutely.
Okay, that's what the law says.
That's all the law says.
That's what the law says.
And that's not the way it's going to be interpreted. That's not the way it's interpreted. That's not the way it's going to be enforced. We all know it.
But that's not. I don't. But see, you already making your statement about something.
What about a Russian? What about a Russian?
It's the same thing that applies to them.
European or French person that's here illegally.
They pull you over for anything they want to already.
It doesn't matter. But this is the problem that they're having. Because of the fact that they have so many illegals, it's burdening their system. They can't afford it. So this is what they have to do.
Look like her and like her.
You know what? You know what? I'm fine with that. Only because of the fact that they are burdening the system.
My name is Curtis Hinton. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but I've been living in here in Columbus for quite some time. I support the Arizona law for one reason. because we're losing a lot of jobs, and we're losing a lot of jobs to illegal immigrants. Not only are illegal immigrants coming across the border taking American jobs in a bad time and during a bad economy, but also a lot of drugs are being smuggled across the border from Mexico. It is only right that Arizona, and we here in Ohio should do the same thing, should protect our borders from illegal immigrants. I think all the states should adopt that. And I think today's administration is wrong for trying to stop Arizona from protecting its borders, and we should also protect our borders. Bring back jobs to the United States for American citizens for generations that have been here, and defend this country in every way we can. I served during Vietnam, and I still love this country, and I'm watching it go, 56 years old soon to be, and I'm watching it go to waste. Healthcare, jobs being shipped overseas, jobs being given to illegal immigrants, it's got to stop. And I think this administration needs to do something about it. Support Arizona and quit knocking them and bring the same type of law here to Ohio.
Very good. Thank you very much. We'll do our best to try to support that.
Yeah, we should get as many people as those people over there because it's wrong. And like I told her, I'm from Cleveland, and I have seen, born and raised, and I have seen Cleveland go from a prosperous city where everybody, blacks, whites, everybody was working, and steel mills, auto plants, and now it's just gone downhill. And because of the illegal immigrants are taking the jobs, and the big companies are supporting them, it's wrong. We as Americans deserve the right to have jobs and work. We don't even get the benefits most illegal immigrants get, and it's very, very sad. It's depressing. Not only the Hispanics, but also the Somalians and the Africans who take them. It's really, I'm fed up with this government. I made a big mistake voting for Mr. Obama for the sake of seeing the first African American president in office. Boy, was I wrong. He's not Democrat, he's super liberal. Super liberal. Super liberal. And when I tell people, they get angry with me about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of peer pressure in the black community to, don't you dare say that.
I'm not one of them. Yeah. They can't peer pressure me. I'm old school, soon to be 56, and I won't be peer pressured. And I don't care what the person's color is or who they are, stand up for this country. Start standing up for American workers and American citizens and our rights. We deserve that. This is why our soldiers are dying for us, so we can have those rights, but they're being taken away. All of them.
Yes.
And it irks me really bad.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Continue doing what you're doing. I've been joining a lot of groups myself and coming out to some different protests too against this liberal government that we've got. We better watch it. People better get out in the streets and fight. Oh, I'm a vote, and I'll get people in the black community to understand, come to an understanding. I've been printing some things off the computer and passing it out to them at work, and
very good.
And not to just go along as puppets just because somebody say vote for this person. And if they're liberal and they're tearing this country down, the heck if I'm going to vote for them. Get them out. Get them all out. All those liberals. Get them out. We can't even, when I was a kid, we can't even say Merry Christmas to each other anymore because we fear that we're going to hurt the immigrants. But this is our country. This is what people fought and died for. We can't go to Mexico or we can't go to Russia or anywhere else and tell people how to run their country, but people can come here and tell us
and get a standing ovation in Congress for doing it.
Topsy-turvy.
Go figure.
I'm fed up with these politicians. Very fed up.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I'll get in touch on this card.
Okay, thanks.